Hi everyone, I'm Shelly from There's No Place Like Home at redheadmom8.wordpress.com. As a homeschooling mom, one of the things that I hear a lot when it comes to math is, why will I ever need to learn this? And I'm sure that not just homeschooling parents hear it, I'm sure that just parents in general hear it, or a lot of math teachers probably hear this. And especially when it comes up to those higher levels of math, like decimals and percentages, that can be a little bit harder for some kids. They want to know why they ever have to learn these things. So I actually came up with a really great real world way for kids to understand why it is so important that they know how to crunch these numbers on their own, to work with decimals and percents. So, right now, we are in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. And in our state, I live in Pennsylvania, every day they update the number of cases that we have in our state. And I thought that it would be a fun way for my kids to understand how to do this if they would calculate the percentage of confirmed positive cases in Pennsylvania. And this is something that you can do with your kids as well to show them why it is so important that they know how to do these math problems on their own, that they are important. So first of all, let's take a look at the number of COVID cases that we have. This was from today in Pennsylvania. We have 50,092 cases right now, and this is coming straight from the health department. And we're going to put that into the calculator. So this way, if you don't know how to do this, this is just a simple way for you to show your kids. So you put 50,092, that's the number of cases that your state has. Then what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to find out the population of your state. So right here, I just Googled population of PA. It popped right up. There's 12.8 million people in Pennsylvania. So you go back to your calculator. And obviously 12.8 million is 12,800,000. So we're going to press divided by. You have to divide. And 12,800,000. And so what we're left with is 0.0039134375. Now, it can be really tempting to try to put a percentage right behind that number right away, but you have to remember, you have not converted that to a percentage yet. That is still in decimal form. To convert that number into a percentage, make sure that you move that decimal 2 places to the right. So if you move it 2 places to the right, you're left with the number 0.39134375, which if you round off would come to 0.4%. So what that means is that in the state of Pennsylvania, the number of confirmed coronavirus positive tests is 0.4%. And this is a good way for your kids to learn how to compare or to figure out what that means on the other end. So if there are 0.4% of confirmed positive coronavirus cases in Pennsylvania, what that means is that there are 99.6% of the population that has not been confirmed to be positive with coronavirus. So it's also really important to explain to your kids that confirmed positive cases is not the same thing as all of the coronavirus cases, because yes, there are going to be people in your state who likely had it and were not tested for it. So you can explain that to your kids, that what they're calculating is the number of confirmed cases. But you could also explain to them that if the numbers are actually higher than what we're being told, that is actually a good thing if you decide to calculate the death toll for coronavirus in your state. What's going to happen is that if you do have a higher number of coronavirus cases in your state than what is actually being confirmed by the health secretary because they've taken the tests, the death toll numbers are going to be much lower. The percentage, at least, is going to be much lower than it would be if you were only counting the people who were tested. So that is something that you could also share with your kids. So I thought it would be fun that since I'm in Pennsylvania, if we would just get a bunch of people from around the country or even from around the world, figure out the percentage of positive coronavirus cases in your state and share it on social media, because I think that it would be fun for our kids to see if the numbers are similar in other states. So I was thinking that we could use the hashtag COVID challenge and share your state or your country, wherever you're from, and then share what the percentage is of the positive coronavirus cases in your state. Now, one thing that I do want to point out is that if you are going to share what you found out on social media, make sure that the numbers are correct. Make sure that you're using the numbers that you are getting from the health secretary. So make sure you're using that official number, and you want to, it's easy to find your population on Google, and always double check your math. I want to remind you, move that decimal 2 times to the right if you're going to figure it out the same way that I did, because that can be an easy mistake that can skew the results. So let's keep it accurate, and I hope that this helps your kids to understand why it is so important that they know how to do math, and this is great for critical thinking skills. Anyway, that's all that I have for you today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet and would like to hear more of what I have to say, I would love if you would do that. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave one over on Instagram because YouTube disabled my comments. And if you like my work and would like to check out my Patreon page, I will leave a link in the description box for that as well. And I hope you have a great day.